The Likud has its origins in Menachem Begin's Cherut, or Liberty Party, but nowadays many fear it is erred from its liberal roots. Amir Weitmann is the chairman of the Liberal in the Likud's faction and is one of the founders of the Israel Freedom Movement. He joins me now in the studio. Amir, welcome.
Welcome.
In his resignation speech as defense minister, Moshe Ya'alon said, and I quote, "To my great regret, extremist and dangerous forces have taken over Israel and the Likud party." How did we get to this situation?
Well, you may I'm sorry to say that I disagree strongly with what Bogi Ya'alon, the former defense minister, said. I don't think that the Likud is in any way more extreme than it has been over the past decades. And furthermore, I would say that pretty much everybody who has left the Likud over the past 20, 30 years has always said that the Likud is turning to the right, is becoming extreme. So, you know, you have to decide when it was not extreme, because it's consistently being depicted as being extreme, which I don't think reflects reality.
So if so, what is the purpose of the liberals in the Likud faction if the Likud is being true to its liberal origins?
No, I think that Moshe Ya'alon was referring specifically to Greater Israel, settlements, etc. issues, where we deal more with social and economic issues. We are true to the founding fathers of the Likud vision in terms of free market and individual freedom. So we are pushing for liberalizing Israel's economy. We want Israel to have a real, genuine free market, which unfortunately, after all those years, has not yet been completely achieved. We're actually quite far from that. And I think this is a central issue in today's Israeli political discourse, because these are the issues which are affecting mostly our standards of living. And so this is what we are focusing on. But in terms of the issues of settlements and Greater Israel or not Greater Israel, and how we look at the relationship with the Palestinians, well, we have to remember that classical liberals such as myself also can be hoaxed. This is not a contradiction.
Absolutely. But if we go back to the question of Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon, it's easy to say that perhaps this was grandstanding and he was bitter at being shunted away from the Defense Ministry. But many people on the centre-right look at the Likud party and they say the party of Dan Meridor or Benny Begin, who's now not being given a portfolio, has become the party of Miri Regev, the party that embraces Avigdor Lieberman, and has strayed far from those liberal roots. They're wrong?
Yeah, I think they're wrong, because Dan Meridor has been seen, I think quite rightly, for many years, for actually close to 2 decades, as being somehow on the left of the Likud. And there are still today other people, maybe not Meridor himself, but I would argue people like Tzachi Hanegbi and other quite prominent Israeli politicians, maybe Yuval Steinitz and maybe Dichter and other ones, who are very much right to the center, and maybe more to the center than to the right. Certainly not extreme, and however you want to look at it.
So when leading moderates within the Likud, such as Moshe Ya'alon or Gideon Sa'ar or Moshe Kachlon, leave the party, would you explain this rather than a genuine divergence over ideological issues as being a game of political horse trading?
It's completely a game of political horse trading. Let me remind you that Moshe Kachlon used to consider himself as a mored, as somebody who actually went against the program of Sharon 10 years ago, 12 years ago, to disengage.
Against the disengagement.
Right. He was considered to be on the far right of the Likud. And, you know, so it really has to do more with small politics and trying to posture as being more on the left or on the center or on the right when it's politically convenient to do so.
Amir, thank you.